Welcome to LingoTWOW 9A. Out of our 104 wonderful contestants who were skilled enough to make it this far, 4 didn't respond in time and have been eliminated. Fortunately, that means we've reached the Mario Party top 100 but for LingoTWOW contestants. Our remaining 100 players submitted 211 responses, with the numbers on the screen corresponding to something having to do with the languages still in, that'll leave people who haven't seen previous episodes to make educated guesses about. Unfortunately, the Dutch finally lost the war against the ocean, and their language is dying in LingoTWOW 10. The LingoTWOW 9 prompt is, people around the world have adopted an unconventional form of transportation for daily use. What is it, and why did it become so popular? It is time for instructions of the voting variety. Look in the description for links to spreadsheets for whichever languages you want to vote for. Then, choose a sheet and pick a screen to vote on. Cast your vote by commenting on this video with the keyword, followed by a space, followed by characters corresponding to each response within that screen, rated from highest to lowest quality, and surround the whole thing with square brackets. You can comment other stuff too, use the privacy keyword to hide your vote from others, and you can vote more than once, as long as within each language you use the same sheet for all of your votes. I'm gonna experiment by not saying when the voting deadline is out loud and instead leaving it on the screen for y'all to read. Most people watching are literate, right? Now it's time for me to read those confessionals I promised to read out loud. We're going in reverse alphabetical order because Vsauce told me that most lists going in standard alphabetical order has negative effects on the self-esteem of people with names at the back of the alphabet, and I find that detestable. Vyacheslav said, "Передаю громадный привет моему другу Ване." I can't believe it. I've made it to round 8 with 2 lives. 2 lives! This is my first ever, and probably the only TWOW. I thought I'd quickly flop and get kicked. I didn't. Picture me running around my room screaming like hell. This is me inside. Zetex said nothing, lightening my workload. Thank you, Zetex. Whole Notes 1 said hop on Project Godhand. Wasato said, this is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an Avenger. Tricolor said, languages and nice games, on the wickedly outstanding web. The Pink Bunny Empire said, boo! I like men. The Limestick said, LingoTWOW income tax, lose 1 life or lose the privilege of a TRP. The Axolotl said, here's a funky German word. Donaudampfschifffahrtselektrizitäten Hauptbetriebswerk bauende Bintengesellschaft. Starsword Grimoire said, meow meow, meow meow, meow meow meow. Slanty said, this is likely the first confessional most of you are hearing from me, so hello everyone, it's me, Slanty. Honestly, I'm really happy with how I'm doing here, and I hope I can keep up for the future. Trying to avoid my native language, English, has been a shockingly successful strategy. And honestly, I find writing responses for Togipona more fun. So yeah, good luck everyone, then ale opona. Silly Circus said, to the tune of Baby One More Time, my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Sick2Wabu said, here's a warm-up for the remaining confessionals. Zay. Gay. Ho. Yeah. Aw-ee. Sapien6 said, I, StealthySceptile, entire and truly believe that Albert Arnold Gore Jr. and Joseph Isidore Lieberman legitimately won a plurality of votes in the state of Florida in the 2000 United States presidential election. Sadayu IG said, Cognitive Dissonance 2. Ruby Queen Bee said, Sceptile will not read this because I said so. I guess I have to listen to them. Ref32 said, whoa, I'm frontrunner now. I'd like to thank Ref01, Ref02, Ref03, Ref04, Ref05, Ref33, Ref34, Ref35, Ref7832, Ref7833, Ref-Infinity -3, Ref-Infinity -2, Ref-Infinity -1, and Ref-Infinity for continually supporting me during my TWOWing career. Pizza Enjoyer said, if someone had told younger me that the primary modern-day effect of my object show phase would be me becoming slightly too obsessed with writing vaguely comedic 10-word sentences, I probably would have been like, okay, can I have your applesauce? Pinkman said, Pinkman will get a 90% NR boost this round. I am the host and this is official. For clarity, Pinkman is not the host and that is not official. Pikaman said, hi all, I just finished my last Spanish exam of the summer today, so it was a little soul-draining to do more with the language this evening, lol. But I'm enjoying the season. I'd feel bad if I didn't use this opportunity to bring a bit of Irish into LingoTWOW. So, Gonairu leave. Nihonium LTE said, these are some Japanese tongue twisters so Stealthy can suffer. Have fun. Clarity. I am not going to attempt to pick accent even in the slightest because I am lazy right now. Namamugi, namakome, namatabago. Tonari no kyaku wa kakiku kyu da. Sumomo mo 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 no uchi. Tokyo Tokyo kyoka kocho kyo kyukyo kyuka kyoka kyohi. Neonth said, this is not my round. Mount Grape said, Potli vach vakya tvon bo kokari unko rost druim glai ka kek aye ni ngsi pat. Throat gymnastics. Mindflex B said, since none of my EWOW confessionals have been read out yet, why don't we just fix that now? What should my confessional be? Couldn't write an oil response SMH. This confessional does not have 32 letters. As of writing, I am 78% worth of a cat. First ERP of EWOW, woohoo. Roses are red, violets are dead, the end. Melon Slice said, you know what? Undecay is your life. Mazawat said, I feel like I've had really bad luck with my life decay timing in other TWOWs, which doesn't spell great news for this round. I swear, if someone whose name rhymes with tile reads this confessional out loud, I'm going to be very upset. Good thing my name is Stealthy and not Sceptile. Ula said, TY for prizing. Now Stealthy will suffer by reading Polish. Zbeszcze szonemu otorzawi nie poszczęściło się w średniowieczu to szczęście doziszono. Lemon Venom said, I think the LingoTWOW helper team is pretty cool. I am inclined to agree. Kinder said, good luck guys. Jack 4 said, the old man the boat. J-Dude said, in the beat of Giorno's theme's piano from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Q, 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 Q. Inazuma Fan 20 said, I got 3rd overall in Japanese last round. What? I'm pretty bogus when it comes to Japanese, so being just behind Nihonium LTE's 2 responses is insane for me. II Lime said cheeseburger. Hotflex Tape 1 said, LingoTWOW's favorite straight white boy. Flygame said, Duatiga kuching berlari, hari hari menang lagi. Flitchka said, woo, give it up for round 9. Shoutouts to my French responding brethren. You're all awesome. But now that prizing has gotten to my head, I'm coming for you, Arnoob, grrr. Flammenwerfer said, ich habe an keine gute Antwort gedacht. Schau, irgendwelche Bilder. Weg, https://files.catbox.moe/mhv4vn.png https://files.catbox.moe/e03g4u.png https://files.catbox.moe/i21kbx.png https://files.catbox.moe/l53qey.png. Dinosauro Piccolo said, Forza Bologna. Dill the Noob said, hey comment section, what's your favorite letter, number, symbol, etc.? Well, mine is redacted. I just think it's cool. Nothing else. This is a joke, please don't actually do this. Convex Project said, Utilizando 8. Since throws are now banned, I must move Utilizando related operations to my confessional grids. Chad said, aerial tramway emoji. Carbon Fiber said, meow. Anyways, round 9. I don't really have anything interesting to put here. I would like to acknowledge Tequila Gundam and Usli, who I invited along for the LingoTWOW journey, 3C. Benorsk said, as a Swiss, it is my mandatory duty to let Stealthy pronounce a certain word. Arnoob said, hi, I'm StealthySceptile, and I think Surske is the best Pokemon. I am not reading a confessional. This is me, Stealthy, stating my genuine opinion. Sorry for going off script. I simply needed to state the fact that Surske is the best one. Now back to confessionals. Hi, I'm Arnoob. Unironically though, I am very obsessed with Surske and I love them a lot. Anonymous Baguette said, Baguette can say hi to the world. Hello world, :D. Baguette must keep LingoTWOWing to represent the Lowowers. Baguette emoji, Baguette emoji, Baguette emoji. And here are the confessional grids in full as usual.